So what is a carrier equipment company and a service provider up to here?
Yeah, so we'll link the press release in the bottom because you and I we try to not be so much news, try to be a lot of analysis. But yeah, it is a good question. Why would a large IT infrastructure or service provider and a state-of-the-art leader, as Nokia calls itself, in networking technology, add a 3-year extension and expansion? So this is not a new tie-up. This is an expansion to an existing tie-up to basically focus on delivering the 5G and LTE private wireless experiences in Industry 4.0 to their customers worldwide. And so, interestingly enough, Kyndryl often doesn't get enough credit because we sometimes give them a bit of a hard time as the company that was slowing the growth of IBM. But the company did serve a very important purpose, and they do some very specialized kinds of systems integration and service providers. We all know that there are these applications, Pat, for last 2 or 3 years, we've been talking private LTE. We've been talking about, whether that's shipyards or large manufacturing warehouses and big metal buildings and high rises, that having private networks and advanced LTE available is going to be critical, especially when you have large systems, robotics, manufacturing lines, plants, large distributions and logistics centers. And so having the technology, the core technology, coupled with the companies that know how to design, service, and implement is going to be critical. Kyndryl has a big footprint. This isn't a new alliance, by the way. It was actually, I believe it was announced around MWC last year. So it's not something that's been out for a long time, but they've got track record here, Pat. They've got 100 engagements that they're doing with enterprises around the world. They're doing implementations in 24 countries. And they have been able to start to give some customer references, which is always important in terms of how they're helping to solve these private wireless challenges. So they got Dow Chemical, which is a huge industrial company in the US, that actually did partner building out their private network for audio services, video, real-time stream processing. And so this is a sensible tie-up, Pat. One of the things to note, and I think it is really important, is this really is a tie-up that focuses on industry. It is very industrially focused, meaning, big companies have been talking about this Industry 4 transition for years. And Industry 4 requires a robust and reliable connectivity system, and traditional Wi-Fi networks, traditional mobile networks do not cut the mustard. And so basically what Nokia... You cut mustard? Is that even a thing?
I don't know. You just invented it, so it's a thing now.
Have you heard that before? Or did that come out of my childhood? Anyway, these particular tie-ups are really important to giving the robust and needed connectivity for these industrial environments to actually be able to execute on the promise of Industry 4.0, which, by the way, unlike private 5G and LTE, we've been talking about Industry 4.0 for a decade. So this is not new. These is really tactical, functional, and how companies are going to move forward in these more industrial, hardened environments.
So I want to focus not on it's not new. What I appreciated most of all is they gave details about it. A lot of strategic alignments come out there, and there's absolutely no example. And what I appreciated was that the two companies talked about what they're doing for Dow Chemical at a petrochemical processing plant in our beautiful state of Texas, in Freeport. So, they're essentially leveraging connectivity solutions from the two companies for worker safety, remote audio and video collab, and real-time smart chemical facility procedures. So that was the element of reality that I appreciated of this, first of all. And, this is also, by the way, I think a nice mark. North American president of Nokia, Sean McCarthy, came in, and it's nice to see the increased outbound communication and the proof points and case studies that are going on. And I'm sure he had a hand in this as well. I had a chance last month to talk to Kyndryl chairman and CEO Martin Schroeder, about what the company is doing and what his strategy is. And Kyndryl is definitely hitting in the right growth elements. There is a carrier telco transition that's going on from from fixed function, 8 different architectures to virtualized solutions out there, essentially converting themselves into mini hyperscaler data centers. And then you add that to all the action on the edge where all the data is being created and where all the transactions are actually happening, and the need to have a more intelligent network for the industrial IoT. I'm pretty excited about this tie-up, and I'm going to be actually talking to both companies today to get even more information.